premiere was last night.
Did you see it?
I didn't. I couldn't. We were double booked.
I didn't either. I didn't see it either. I've seen it, but I didn't see it last night. But I heard it really up people. Can you say that on this channel?
You just did.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Fair enough. But I heard it really, it really messed with people.
Yeah.
I heard they were very silent. It's a disconcerting film. It's intense. You can get whatever you want to get out of it. You know. I certainly have my idea what it's all about. And I can tell you the film I saw is not the film I thought we were making, that they really elevated the project. And Bruce is an imaginative director, and he found some things and went with some suggestions that we all had as we were making it, and he used them.
That's good. What was it about the script, the project? What first got you into it? What was your selling point?
I haven't done a lot of horror. I did that particular year do some horror films. The Canadians are known for their horror films. I didn't know this, but I found this out. It was a script that was intriguing. Teenage pregnancy. You know, there's a lot of moral questions about that, and the understanding of what the alienation, the loneliness that the teenage girl would have. This possibly is an induced dream, some sort of an anxiety dream. The character that I play is a sheriff that stands for good and righteousness, and he shows up later in the script and helps her through a crucial part of the story. And that was intriguing to me. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I would like to have a guy like that show up if she was in a situation like this, and whether it's real or not.
Sure.
And so I thought it dealt with some interesting topics.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And pro-life, and that whole kind of thing. And it's deep. I mean, it's not just a horror film. It's deep. There's some real deep stuff going on. And Bruce really, nurtured those story points, and I think he mined them for everything he could get to really make it a compelling story. And I think it'll sit there and kind of people walk out going like, "Wow, what was it?" It's an acid trip, man. It's a real mind. It's interesting, and that was what was originally attractive to me. Bruce is a director that a lot of people had nothing but great things to say about him, and my team was behind it, so we jumped in and did it.
Very cool. Now, what's the difference? Tomorrow you're going to head back, you're going to do Scorpion. What's the difference between doing something like that and something like this?
Well, this was a much more kind of, we all think that there's a great movie in here, but we're going to deviate and adjust things on the way and maybe leave the script or even come much more of a creative free-for-all with ideas flowing, and why don't we try this? Whereas, doing a television show, it's sort of this is the way it is and this is the way it's got to be, and you're really just an expositional dialogue dispensary unit. You've kind of got to like, this is the story, this is the outline of the story, and this is what we're going to do, and all right, now let's go. And it's a little bit more. Even though I really enjoy it, I don't want to come off and say I don't. It's a little bit more of a structured. The path is pre-charted. And do you see a film like this maybe as a way of re-energizing your creative energy for the other? Would that be? Yeah, well, I do both. I mean, I'm lucky to be busy in the film world and television as well, and every project is different and innate, to itself. And you do low-budget films, you can do big-budget films. It's the same experience. And yet it's totally different because it's an organic process, and you may be working with a director that's more of an auteur that doesn't want your ideas, or maybe you're working with a guy that does want your ideas. You don't have the budget to do certain things, so you've got to be a little bit more creative and imaginative on the spot to pull something off in a lower budget thing. And then television is a little bit more defined as to specifically what's expected of you. So, I mean, I love all the mediums. You know, I love working in front of a camera, and I can adjust to whatever the circumstances are for that situation. I haven't done a play since, Jesus, when was the last play I did? Like 1989. So I really love this medium and cameras, and you know, television is. It's never been a better time to be an actor. If you're not working as an actor right now, I mean, because there's just so much opportunity, and there's so many talented people, and there's, you know, a lot of different avenues.
Specifically with this medium, independent film, why do you think it's necessary in sort of a day and age where there is so much, I guess, big studio films and TV shows?
Well, I think there's a certain amount of honesty that comes out of the independent worlds, because I think the bigger the budget and the more involvement of committees making creative decisions, the independent world is where it's less of that, and it's more of a less committee and more creative people making the decisions. Do you know what I'm saying? It's there's more freedom there, and I think that's why those films are so interesting and maybe a little bit more artistic, you know. But we need them all, you know. I mean, you know, you need the big films to feed the little films, and depends on what you want, you know what you want to do. I don't know if I answered that,
no, you did,
but
and that's an interesting dynamic, that you do need both.
You do. You have to have it all. You know, you can't. I mean, you have to make a living. That's the number one thing an actor wants to do. You got to make a living, so you need to do big commercial films, and you need to do a television show, and then maybe you can live off that, and then not go make a dime and go make a little independent movie that's a little bit more artistic that you want to do, that you feel is something you have to do, and you'll do it. So, but you got to be able to pay your mortgage. You know what I mean? So you need it all.
And it allows you to make Hellions, which, how'd you describe it? A mind?
I think I basically said it was a mind. It's people were walking out of there last night, kind of going like, "What the hell?" But it was fun, you know, and then the horror genre. I mean, look, I've done so many independent films and worked with so many people, and have done films with great casts that I thought, this is a shoo-in for Sundance. Never got in.
Yeah.
So when I heard this particular film got in, I said, never in a million years would I have thought that this little horror film that I did in Toronto a year and a half ago would get into Sundance, you know? So it was a great experience, and I tell you, Chloe Rose, the the young actress that is the lead of the film, is incredible in the movie. She has such a great work ethic, and she just did a fantastic job. So that was doubly, rewarding to come and see her performance, and she's amazing.